would we apply to a CEO position with a Starbucks resume? Why are we getting relationships wrong? Welcome to Astoria Activations, another podcast episode. I like to keep them short and sweet and to the point, so let's get into it. I hope this can help you laser in on how to best attract and create a healthy yet intoxicating relationship. You're taking yourself and you're putting yourself out into the world. It's like a fishing line. Okay, I want to find a relationship. I want to find a partner. I desire it to be this way and that way, and the person to be like this. First of all, there's so many layers to this topic. You could speak about it for hours. So I want to try to keep it really simplified today. Of course, a lot of us aren't, I don't want to use the word qualified, but almost. Like, we're not qualified yet to be inside and to create the container of the relationship that we desire. It's like we have, say, a Starbucks resume, and we are expecting to apply to a CEO position and have that experience with the resume that we have. Or it's like getting in a car and hoping to land in enlightened Eric or enlightened Erica City when we stop in towns called Avoidant Adam or Avoidant Anna. Something that can really help you, that I've seen help people, this helped me so much in actually finding that person, is awareness. Awareness is so powerful and so liberating. Awareness of your patterns, awareness of yourself. You must be aware of your patterns and be able to take full responsibility, accountability for how you are, with love and compassion, of course. It's just being very aware of that. And even when you're dating, start noticing and tracking, oh wow, I'm showing up this way, or I notice I have a habit of doing this. And it's just to get to know yourself. A lot of us don't know really who we are. And then so there's the lack of awareness there. And then something is leading us. So if we're not consciously aware of what's leading us, it's usually 90% of the time, it's our pain frame. How many times have I heard women say, oh, I just attract these kind of guys, or I don't know why I'm attracted to this certain type. I don't really even like them, but I'm attracted to them. That's your wounds and your pain frame, and it's just an unconscious way to go out there. But of course, it's necessary, because if you can look at the lesson and you can actually see it, you can go, oh wow, I do tend to be attracted to this type of man. Or for women, and for men, obviously the same thing for women. So awareness of yourself, your patterns, and awareness of what you actually desire in a person. Because also I see this as well, that people will just meet someone and they'll notice like maybe 2 traits, and they'll just completely try to build a foundation off of these 2 wobbly traits, mostly money, or the way somebody looks, or some kind of status. Just sit with yourself and ask yourself, like, why do I even want to be in a relationship? Like, and for some people it might just be right away, like, oh, I'm a family person, I love children, I want to have a partner to go through life with, but just try to get as detailed as you possibly can, because I do see, again, a lot of people that they just don't want to be alone, and they go out there leading with that, or they have no sense of self, who they are. They really don't know what the dynamic will be like. They're not clear on who they are and what value they bring. So then there's all these dynamics that come in, and they find themselves being with someone who reflects back those belief systems that they have about themselves, that are a bit like they're unconsciously leading with those. Another thing that can really help you, that is extremely powerful, is focus on how you want the person to make you feel, and then how you want to make that person feel. What do you guys bring together when you're co-creating? What do you guys actually bring into the space in terms of how you make each other feel? So it could be safety, respect, joy, empathy. Like, develop 5, find 5, write down 5. This works so well. And then say you meet someone that has 3, but safety and joy are not there. You really have to sit with yourself and go, okay, safety is the foundation of every successful relationship. Without safety, you have nothing. Can that person create a safe environment? Because it's not going to work. So you really have to sit and be present with it and be honest with yourself, and just give yourself the chance to really find what you're looking for. without falling into these sort of like fear frequencies and lack, like, oh, I'll never find someone else, this person's already here. We're always meeting people. And I feel like you can spend 10 years with somebody that you knew wasn't right for you when you could just make the hard choice in the beginning and let go of something that you know is not going to serve your highest and best good. Take the lesson, be grateful for it, and then get back out there. So again, and if the person has, say, safety, surrender, joy, whatever your list is, and the other two are maybe lack of communication and something else, this is what a conscious relationship is. So you can sit with yourself and sit with the person, and this is the openness that is so lacking. Like if you can nail this right off the beginning, this is one huge thing that you won't have to worry about, because you guys will have that open, clear communication. Safety and communication, without those, it's never going to work. So if you can just sit, ask yourself and them, is that trait, are those two things something that they're working on that's important to them too, that they're putting in the active work in, or not? That's where the honesty comes in. And it is hard. It is a really hard thing. I've done it myself. I've seen other people do it, where it just, and you can feel it in your body. Like, when something isn't good. Like, you shouldn't be tense and you shouldn't be feeling uncomfortable and scared when you're going into a relationship, when you're trying to build something with someone. So now, the now moment would be forever. So how they are now, unless we start actively having these conversations and more consciously and intentionally building relationships, is how it would be forever. If there's a lack of respect now, if there's, a lack of safety, if lack of joy, all of these things, there will be no change unless we become conscious about it, unless we start talking more, unless we start learning how to communicate better. So that's what I mean about in the beginning, about how we're not qualified almost, because we do try to go in and have these expectations, and then we don't have the tools, but we can give ourselves the tools. It's research. There's so many resources out there now on how to communicate better, on how to love yourself more. These things are really important, and it's not saying that you need to have it all perfect in order to meet that person. No, it's an awareness and a consciousness of yourself and the person, and then coming together to co-create a beautiful space together. If you're also on a healing journey, please like and subscribe so we can help as many people as possible on this journey.